The Undertaker, one of the most famous and legendary wrestlers to ever live and to wrestle in the WWE. His accomplishments are astounding, like winning the WWF title and winning the World Championship as well. But nothing can compare to his WrestleMania streak, which is 25-2. Could have been undefeated, but this is why the topic. He started off at his first WrestleMania, WrestleMania 7, where he made his debut in March of 1991. Undertaker would wrestle his first opponent, Jimmy Superfly. Superfly during that time was not at his peak anymore, but they would have a match, and it was a pretty average match. But this was set up for Undertaker's streak. He would next feud against Jake Roberts, another person that wasn't at his peak and that had a pretty average match. But the legendary streak would start building up and up. His third opponent would be Giant Gonzalez. This was one of the most terrible matches that he had. He would win by disqualification. Giant Gonzalez could not wrestle. He would have other matches with King Kong Bundy, Diesel, Psycho Sid, Kane, but no one would think they could break the streak until we would get Randy Orton, the legend killer. Many people thought it was possible for Randy Orton to win since he was defeating legends. They would have their match really excellent, but in the end, Randy Orton would just come up short. He would then have a match against Mark Henry casket match. After that, he would have a match against Batista for the world champion, which would make Undertaker win. After that, he would have a match against Edge. When he had the match against Edge, Edge claimed that he could have been the one to break the streak, but he saw how valuable it was for the business. Because now, during this era, people were seeing the streak even more important than the world championship. Then he would have his legendary match and one of his best matches with Shawn Michaels, the light versus dark. When HBK would lose, he was obsessed with defeating the streak and would wrestle him one more time. But this time it would be streak versus career, which would end Shawn Michaels' career. These matches would honestly be more important than the World Championship match. More people were invested in Undertaker's streak than the World Championship itself. He would then wrestle Triple H for the second time and third with the end of an era, all three of them hugging each other at the stadium. This was a legendary moment right here. He would then wrestle against CM Punk, another pretty good match, which would make Undertaker win. And after that, he would wrestle Brock Lesnar, which unfortunately he would lose. Many people were shocked from this. No one was expecting for Undertaker to lose, but it happened. And it was a last minute decision. Paul Heyman would claim that he told Vince that he wanted Brock Lesnar to break the streak, and it happened. A lot of people were shocked, didn't know what to expect from now. He would then have matches with Bray Wyatt and Shane. Shane jumping off the Hell in a Cell. They would still lose until we get to Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns would defeat The Undertaker. When he would show up, the crowd would boo him out of the stadium. The only words he could come out was to say, "This is my yard now." Whether or not that was the perfect decision, I honestly don't know. Me personally, I would have preferred the streak not broken, but it happened with Roman Reigns. And if it had to happen with someone, it should have been Roman Reigns other than Brock Lesnar, since Roman Reigns was not an established wrestler by then. He would then face John Cena in a squash match, which was really not impressive. Like, it wasn't Super Cena, it was just Cena calling out Undertaker and him losing. And then his last opponent would be AJ Styles in a Boneyard match. Pretty excellent match for his final match. And as of then, he would then retire from 25-2. Honestly, this was one of the best things to happen at WrestleMania. Watching Undertaker's streak grow and grow. But in the end, WWE decided not to keep it, and well, they blew a streak that could have been 27-0, and they gave it to someone that didn't really need it. He didn't need the win, and over the years, many people are still not decided if that's the correct decision. All we can say is there most likely will never be a legendary wrestling streak like that anymore. Be happy that one existed like that. Undertaker will forever be one of the most legendary wrestlers to ever live. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think that his WrestleMania streak should have ended? Should have ended to Brock Lesnar? Or should have ended with someone